energy sector. It's a very, very big sector. My name is Rixck W. I'm here with the Vice President for Administration, Mr. Barsi-Giah of the National Oil Company of Liberia. If you're here, please stand up. Okay, that's my colleague. We came together. Again, I'm the Vice President of the National Oil Company of Liberia for Technical Services, former Deputy Minister of the Republic of Liberia. I have a Master's in Energy Economics from the Rice University, United States of America. So today's occasion is for us to have a conversation surrounding Africa's opportunity and how we can engage together and make it more room-friendly. Because I know a lot of things around the world, we try to take advantage of ourselves, but how proactive are we? So I bring you greetings from the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency, President Joseph Boakai, and the CEO of the National Oil Company, Fabian Lai, and all executive members, and the Lands and Mines from Mr. William Pay, Minister of Lands and Mines, and of course, other great people of Liberia. Thank you for making this trip. You know, Liberia is currently in a stage where we try to engage in all sectors in terms of energy, and oil and gas have been very specific to us. The President asked that we engage with them. So the gateway to West Africa oil and gas opportunities, that's what I wanted to talk about. So we're talking about the National Oil Company of Liberia. First of all, that's the logo. And our representation from where we've come and where we are, we think with the engagement and negotiations we've done, Liberia is your gateway to the West Africa's oil and gas opportunities. Why we say so? The overview of the National Oil Company of Liberia. So the National Oil Company of Liberia is the commercial arm of the Liberia's oil and gas sector. And it was established in the 2000s. And of course, we've been in the 2000s driving on exploration, doing licensing, partnership, and of course, we're also looking out for partnership opportunities. What's NOCA's role? NOCA plays a crucial role in promoting a transparent, competitive, and responsible oil and gas sector in Liberia. It acts as the custodian of the country's seismic data and facilitates partnership with international investors. We have elections, that's the political part, and before you have investment politically, you have to be stable. You have to have an environment that's so friendly that you will have your investors and partners coming in a secure environment before they invest their finances or before they have a partnership. So we come to say to you, while we're having this conversation, Liberia is a very safe environment. We've asked all of you, or we've asking all of you to go in and do business. We're ready to negotiate, we're ready to engage, and we're ready to make sure that we can partnership whatever deals you have in terms of oil and gas, because we've already having conversation with several other partners. Coal-like, we have the partners with TGS, we have a partnership with Petroleum, we just issued the license, the Total Energy, and of course, BP, we have a dialogue with them. So we're asking everybody in the room, if you have interest in Liberia politically, we are stable. We got a new president who have asked us to send this message across. And so that's why we thought it was necessary for us to mention here. Stable governance, legal framework, and of course, a growing infrastructure. So the upstream operation of the offshore. And the reason this is important, because the issues of petroleum rights in Liberia are given through competitive bidding. We don't take shortcuts. You get involved into the process, it goes through competitive bidding, you get engaged with the requisite entity involved, and that's the reason, one of the reasons why Our legislature, at some point in time, we were regulating ourselves, and at the same time, we were in the commercial arm. What happened a few years ago, we split that institution, and of course, now we have the Liberia Regulatory Agency, the LPRA, and then, of course, they regulate and they make sure that when institutions coming in the country, they make sure they view, evaluate, do precision, and then appraisal that they gather from the conversation you have with them, inform their reasoning to let locals know that this company is important, they are real, they are reliable, and that you can do business with them. And that's how we've started to engage with BP, ExxonMobil, and the rest of other companies, Petroleum. They've been involved about seismic data and the rest of other areas. So this is important. You got direct negotiation, where interested investors are required to send letter of intent to the FPRA, not to the local, because we want to be fair. We cannot be the one regulating ourselves, and at the same time we try to be the one commercializing the institution. So for this reason, you pass through all these procedures. When you're done with that, you get pre-qualified, and then you move on to the negotiation process and subsequent signing of a PSC, and then, of course, personally, we having some conversation, like I said, in Paris, the chair of the board, Madam Gloria Scott, who's a councillor, former Chief Justice of Liberia, is the chair of the board of the National Oil Company. She's in Paris representing us. So these are some of the important information I want to share with you, because I know by the grace of God and of all the negotiations we do here, I'm going to have some partners here ready to dialogue with me. I can see that I have some partners here ready to negotiate to go to Liberia. We are ready. So we can do that business together. We move on to the husband's operation on offshore. What's the Liberia basin? Currently, I can inform you we have 33 offshore blocks. And of course, all these offshore blocks right now, they need customers. We need partners for them. Licenses issued before have been expired. So this is open for business. We got Liberia basin, and then we have the Hapra basin. And of course, as you see the numbers there, you can have interest and make sure that we can have dialogue immediately when I have the microphone. We'll be ready to have conversation, and we'll be ready to negotiate. So we got 33 offshore blocks, and they can be engaged moving forward from here, and we can have a dialogue moving forward. What have we done with the offshore operations on offshore? Our seismic from the TGS, our partners, while we have that conversation with them, they be involved with the movement, the mobilization, the advertisement, the marketing, the engagement of the National Oil Company through all our conversations around Petrobras, and of course the recent one with BP, Total Energy. They purchased seismic data, the 2D in recent days. So TGS have been our partner. And of course, been a forerunner in terms of how we engage, in terms of how we have this conversation. And they have been generous in terms of this energy movement. And of course, several other partners are needed to make sure this works. And you see, we can inform you on the data available, and that can inform your reason that we are ready. We have the 2D seismic, the 3D, and of course the 2D gravity and the magnetic data. Of course, that can help to make sure that we all, as a partner, we're ready. The upstream operation offshore, look at our well data. I was just after giving you a conversation on the COLA. In recent times, there's some people did some studies on our well, and of course, they inform us on some of the important things that we are about to do into these different sectors. But COLA, the one responsible for that. That's our partner responsible for that. They do the lab approach. Of course, it is to evaluate the legacy Liberian well data sets in a greater regional context, to apply to regional learnings regarding controls on reservoir presence and reservoir quality. So we got partners engaged with that. COLAB have been doing that negotiation, they've been having that dialogue, they've been representing us, and of course, before they do that, they ask us for permission. We are the custodian of the well, so they can't just move ahead, but we have that partnership with them. We would like to have several other partners coming through to, of course, take on these initiatives that will help the sector. Liberia is open for business. So to see the data available, the geochemical reports, end of the well reports from all 10 recent wells, and of course, these are the information we have for you. Pre-commercial success in the Nareni. The European hydrocarbon, it was done in 2012. Feature exploration success in the Harbour Basin, the Abian analog, see the river entries. These are graphics that we put together, and these things are the one in the Harbour Basin. To tell you a story about this Harbour Basin quickly, because while we try to wait for the time. Few stories to connect to what the topic is, and that's why I have two telephones here, so I can see some of these ones might not be up there in terms of contents. This story I want to share with you. You heard about the ENI going to Ivory Coast, and of course they did some analysis into the different fuels and the different some reconnaissance and survey. We already did different fuels. You know, when you go to the reconnaissance and the survey on the soil to prove your reasoning that this place is capable, or into the offshore well, is to prove your reasoning that this place is capable of producing oil. So he and I was in Ivory Coast, and you know we shared a close border with Ivory Coast. And this Harbour Basin got a connection. And the recent survey and statistics from the data they got has informed us that this Harbour Basin got a good intention for Africa. Good intention in terms of we got progress. We see the signs and the symptoms that in this place we will gather a lot of partners in the Harbour Basin. So based on the conversation and the analysis done with E&I from Ivory Coast, our closer partner, so this connects the conversation with opportunities in Africa.